Hello, my name is Robert Cardenas, an Audi brand specialist here at Walters Audi in Riverside, and I'll be introducing the new A3 Sportback e-tron to you folks. Now, you might notice that we actually chose the A3 Sportback to introduce Audi's new electric plug-in hybrid. Now, first thing you might notice on this vehicle is some of the definitions along the car itself and also the aluminum roof rails that you can use for any kind of outing. But they've also done a great job of hiding the fact that it's an electric plug-in by putting the plug-in right behind the four rings itself. You do still have the panoramic roof on this vehicle and also gain a little bit of space in the back with the hatchback features on the vehicle itself. Now you will get about 83 miles to the gallon on combined the electric motor and combustible engine, and it has some pretty cool charging features that I'd like to introduce to you as well. So let's go for a ride. All right, now we take you inside the A3 Sportback e-tron. I'm going to show you a few features inside the vehicle. First, I'll start off with the navigation. Just by hitting the toggle switch up on the left toggle switch, it'll actually give you instantaneous map information and also any type of route information, addresses, favorite addresses, point of interest, and also online destinations. Hitting the toggle switch back down, same left toggle switch, you'll actually get into the telephone options. You'll see my telephone's actually paired up right now. You can look at messages, have it read it off, recent calls, favorite, directory, and even just enter in a phone number itself. Right toggle switches are going to be your entertainment toggle switches. Hitting the right top one is going to be your radio, and you can also hit the band function, which will let you go through Sirius XM, AM, FM radio, things of that nature. And then your media option is actually going to be where you're able to stream music via online from your telephone, DVD, SD card, or even a CD player itself. Hitting the menu option located underneath the MMI mouse wheel button here, you'll be able to pull up every single option available to you. And the car option brings up a few different options just pertaining to the vehicle itself, driving and also EV function modes, which I'll be able to show you in just a minute. All right, so now I'm going to show you some of the different drive selects located inside the vehicle of the new A3 Sportback e-tron. So first off, we're going to start off in Comfort Drive Select. Now, Comfort Drive Select is going to give you a very smooth ride and also maximum fuel economy. So it'll actually loosen up the steering wheel to make it easier to make those sharp turns and also switch at an earlier RPM, so you'll actually maximize the amount of fuel economy you're getting for each gear. Switching over to Auto is going to be really dependent on your driving style. So if you have a heavy foot, you're on the freeway, it's definitely going to give it a much more sportier of a feel. However, if you're doing some city driving and just kind of cruising around, it's going to give you a little bit more of the comfort feel in the first drive select that I mentioned earlier. Now switching over to Dynamic. Dynamic is really going to make it a lot more sporty of a drive, tightening up the steering wheel, dampening the suspension itself, and also making you utilize all 204 horsepower on the actual electric motor and combustible engine as well. Now switching over to individual modes, really dependent on what you have preset for the vehicle, going through the menu options and also the car options and setting it. So you can actually set it so the steering wheel's a little looser in the comfort mode, but giving your suspension more of that dynamic feel and having the engine actually utilize all the horsepower, or maybe tightening up the steering wheel and giving it more of a comfort drive essentially. So those are the few drive selects that we have available, an optional package on the new A3 Sportback e-tron. So now I'm going to show you some of the different electric value modes that they have available. First, we're going to start off in EV mode, which is electric driving mode. With this mode, you will be able to go 20 miles on just strictly electricity, but you'll have to be a little worrisome around that, or just because of the different things that it'll be using to power the air conditioning, also the radio, and as well as propelling the vehicle forward. Now, switching over into hybrid mode, you'll be using both the combustible engine and the electric motor to move the vehicle forward, and also powering some of the internal devices, whether that be the air conditioning, the radio, and also moving the vehicle forward on both the combustible engine and the electric motor itself as well. Now, switching over into hold battery mode, this will actually sustain the battery charge that you have available to you, saving it for a later date. So I always use this going on the freeway and saving my battery to when it's more city driving, just utilizing all 20 miles of my battery as well. And you'll be driving on the combustible engine itself, waiting until it's an area you deem proper to start using your battery charge. Now, going to charge battery mode, this will actually use all available options to you to charge the battery using the rotation of the tires, the friction caused by the brake pads and the rotors, and the combustible engine itself to charge the battery. And you'll notice the light kind of changes on the indicator. The engine compartment turns yellow, the tires turn yellow, indicating that the engine is powering the tires forward. And then you'll notice that the green indicator has a little sequence that starts building up in the green lights itself. This lets you know that you are in charge mode and are using all available options to charge that electric motor. This, combined with some of the drive selects, really gives you for a unique drive and feel for the new Audi A3 Sportback e-tron, and we really recommend that you come by and test drive one today. Once again, my name is Robert Cardenas from Walters Audi here in Riverside. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity for showing you the A3 Sportback e-tron. This is one of those vehicles that you'll have to really get behind the wheel to experience the drivetrain and the new technology advances. So give us a call today or check online at waltersaudi.com to check out for specials and incentives. Hope to see you folks soon.